Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Bobby, aka Paginator, and it's time to do my September TBR game. So if you watched the last video that I posted with my little life update and chat, you know that I've got a little bit of chaos going on in my life, and the day that this uploads, I will get to see my grandma. She has been cleared by the doctor to attend her birthday party for a short amount of time, so we're really excited about that. To get on with the TBR game, I am going to do probably my last in this series for a little while at least of Play It Like So-and-So. For the last couple of months I've done my monthly TBR like another booktuber. So this month I'm going to be playing it like Maddie and doing the Dart Attack TBR. You can see I've got my dartboard set up behind me. For the prompt cards, I've run through my prompt cards from my TBR game, except for one, which is a book under 100 pages, and I don't have one right now that I can read, so we're just gonna use all of these other cards, which are from G's TBR Avatar game. So we're still kind of playing it like G, like we did last month, but Maddie's way of playing using G's cards. Does that make sense? I hope so. I really like G's cards that she made for her TBR game, and you can print them. She's provided links so that you can print them out for your own use, which is really fun. So we're going to be using those, and I've got a dartboard. I have a magnetic dartboard because when I got it, I wanted to be able to use it at school, and if I got a regular dartboard, definitely couldn't take darts to school. So magnetic ones, so we can, and there we go. So during the summer months, I did 7 prompts for my TBR. I kind of want to do 7 again, and it could be disastrous because I'm going to be working on my thesis for grad school, and I'm teaching and taking pictures of football games and all kinds of craziness. But we're going to do 7 throws. If I don't finish all 7 books in the month of September, I'm not going to beat myself up for it or punish myself in the next month's TBR because of the aforementioned things going on in my life. So, are we ready? I think we're ready. Let's do throw number 1. Alright, so the dart hit space number 17, and we have this card, Basingse, a book from a finished series. Okay, so if I'm understanding that prompt correctly, I need to pick a series that all the books are out and published, but I haven't finished reading them. So I'm gonna have to think about that one. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to read Shadow Kiss, which is from the Vampire Academy series. This is a finished series, and I've only read the first one, so I believe this is the second one. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me really fast if I'm wrong. But that's what we're doing for this one. Alright, so I have replaced the prompt there, and we're going to go for throw number 2. Alright, for throw number 2, the dart hit the 10 space, and I pulled this card off. Unagi. Salmon skin roll. Comment below if you know what that's from. Alright, a book that has both a U and an I in the title. Interesting. Okay, so for this one we're going to be going with This Is Our Story by Ashley Elston. I really like Ashley Elston's writing. This is a mystery. It involves hunting, which would help me out at school because a lot of my students are hunting, and if they hear me talking about a book that has hunting in it, they might go, oh, I'm going to try that one. The catch is that on this hunting trip, when 5 boys go hunting in the woods, only 4 come back alive. So the back of the book tells us, the boys won't say who fired the shot that killed their friend Grant. The evidence shows it could have been any of them. So the book follows Kate, who has a senior internship, senior in high school, I'm assuming, at the DA's office, and she is looking forward to investigating this case because she feels like definitely more is going on than what's being reported. And plus it's small, so I'm kind of excited about that. All right, so we'll go ahead and replace this prompt and move on to throw number 3. In a strange twist of irony, throw number 3 landed in space number 3. So let's see what prompt this gives us. Appa? Clouds on the cover or in the title. All right, so for this one, I'm going to go with another sequel. I chose The Missing of Claire de Lune, and there are clouds all along the side. Here, it might be kind of tricky to see, but there's clouds just kind of all over the place. So it definitely fits a prompt. This is the second book in Christelle Davis's The Mirror Visitor series. The first one was absolutely phenomenal. It was also chunky like this one, and I read it in about 2 days. So I'm really excited to get back to the series with this one. All right, we're going to stick this sucker up to cover the prompt and go on to throw number 4. All right, so we hit section 18, and this one is The Desert. Read a book that includes a topic of mental health. Ooh, yes please. All right, don't laugh at this title. Managing Anxiety with Mindfulness for Dummies. Because dummy needs to study. This is just going to be something that I'm going to be studying for my use, as well as in an effort to help some students who may or may not struggle with some anxiety issues as well. So this will be a good one to put on my list. All right, let's roll on to throw number 5. So the dart kind of landed halfway between 2 sections, but more so on the 19 side, so I grabbed that one. And we have Miyuki. Read a book with an animal that is kept as a pet on the cover. An animal that is kept as a pet. Could I stretch this though? Because I know right away of a book that has a tiger on it, and Joe Exotic keeps tigers as pets. He's a piece of garbage, but you know. No, I'll look for one that has like an actual pet on a cover. Well, September is going to be the month of sequels because I have picked Unravel the Dusk. There are red birds on the cover here. I don't know if you can see those. I don't know exactly what kind of birds those are, but I can assume they're the kind of birds that people keep as pets. So that's what we're going with, because this is the book that I can find that has a pet on it. This is the sequel to Spin the Dawn. It is the book number 2 in the Blood of Stars series by Elizabeth Lim, and the first one was a lot about fashion and using magic to create clothing, which was really cool, but there's also like political intrigue and an adventure and escape, like journey. There's all kinds of stuff happening in this series, so I'm excited to be heading back to this one. All right, I think we're ready for throw number 6. All right, so the start landed in section number 1. If you haven't guessed, the sections are not in number order on my dartboard. Don't know why that is. The dartboard people probably know better than I do. But anyway, we pulled this card, Serpent's Pass. Word snake in the title or a snake on the cover. All right, so we're going to go with City of the Uncommon Thief. I picked this up at Barnes & Noble at the beginning of the summer because it looks super interesting. There is a snake. Can you see it? Where is it? Right there. Can you see the snake skin pattern, like the diamond pattern under my fingernail? There's lots of creatures on here. Not just a snake. We have a boar, a panther, a sheep, a tiger, a horse, an elk, a chicken. No, that's a rooster. There's a difference. Yeah, and the snake's kind of down there, so he is there. Let's read a little bit from the dust jacket because this explains pretty well. In a walled city of mile-high iron guild towers, many things are common knowledge. No book in any of the city's libraries reveals its place on a calendar or a map. No living beast can be found within the city walls, and no good comes to the guilder or foundling who strays too far from their labors. Even on the tower rooftops, where Errol Phoebes and the rest of the city's teenagers pass a few short years under an open sky, no one truly believes anything uncommon is possible within the city walls. But one guild master has broken tradition to protect her child, and now the whole city faces an uncommon threat. A pair of black iron spikes that have the power of both sword and needle on the rib cages of men has gone missing. But the deadly mayhem that they cause arises everywhere. If the spikes are not found and contained, no one will be high enough to protect the city or the world beyond it. Alright, we've got one more throw. This game is so much fun. I can see why when Maddie makes these videos, she's like, oh, I want to keep playing, because I kind of want to just keep playing forever. It's fun. But last throw. Alright, so you may have seen when I threw that last throw, there was already dirt on the board. It actually landed outside the board under the 17 over here, and I thought, you know, I don't want that to count. I want it to land inside the circle. So I threw again, and we landed in section 15, and we have Cabbage Merchant, book that keeps being dropped off your TBR. Great. Thanks, G, for that one. Alright, so for this one, we're going to go with Lore by Alexandra Bracken. This one hasn't been on my official TBR in quite a while, because I've been doing pretty well at accomplishing all of those, but I've been meaning to read this, and meaning to read this, and meaning to read this, and I know that when school starts next week, my friend Savannah is going to be like, okay, you've had all summer, did you read Lore? And I'm going to have to say, no. So I better get this thing knocked out, so that she won't knock me out. Okay, so here we have my TBR for the month of September. Like I said, I don't know exactly how I'm going to do with things going on, so we'll just kind of see what happens. Yeah. I've been looking forward to doing this particular TBR game for quite a while, so I'm excited that I was able to do it this time. It was a lot of fun, and I might bring it back at some point. Actually, all of the TBR games that I've done, Jade's TBR Pursuit, G's TBR Vitar, and Maddie's TBR Dart Attack, they've all been really, really fun, and I might recycle them in the future. In the comments below, let me know what you think. Should I just keep going with my regular deck of cards? Should I keep using G's cards? Should I continue using these different games? What would you like me to do? Because granted, I do this for me to establish a TBR, but I also do this for you guys because some of you enjoy watching these. So as we're heading into the fall season, which I'm very excited about, I hope you guys are doing so wonderfully well. I want to wish you all a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading. Adios.